Red Wings Live. It's presented by Arby's. We have the meat. Motley Crue and Alice Cooper were here at Joe Louis Arena last night, and continuing the theme of the weekend, an aging rockers. He's Chris Osgood. He's Darren Elliott. I'm John Keating. Welcome to Red Wings Live. The Wings and the Lightning upcoming. There might have been a groin pull or two here last night. Well, the groin pull that's affected Pavel Datsyuk is going to keep him out of the lineup again for the Wings tonight.
Welcome to my nightmare. We can say it again. Just when we get used to having Pavel Datsyuk in the lineup, he comes back after missing the first 5, gets points in 6 straight. Now he's out again. So the only thing that's been consistent with Pavel Datsyuk over the last year or so is that you can't count on him. But when he's in, man, is he dynamic.
I thought the Red Wings did a great job last game of filling in for his. Saul had a great game. Shane was very good, and the young D jumped up in the play to provide the offense that may be missing when Datsyuk is out. So look for that to happen again tonight. But Henrik Zetterberg was his usual solid self, although not getting on the points on the board, but was very, very good and led his team again. And the younger guys played very, very well for the Red Wings.
Kyle Quincy didn't miss a game for the Red Wings last year. He's missed the last 4 for the Wings, but he's back in there tonight. More on the Wings' defense against the Lightning coming up. And just like that, a winless streak vanishes quicker than Farmville. But the challenge is building a winning streak on the other side of it against a Lightning team that comes in having won their last 5.
They're good. They're fast. Reddy and Lefty on the back end have really improved their team. Johnson's a really good player. Everyone talks about Stamkos and Filipula and Platt, but Johnson's a star. Hedman, who's missing, is a star, and their goaltender really moves the puck. They've built themselves into a program now that's significant.
The head coach's voice officially day to day. He's hoping for a little more volume tonight against the Lightning, and it's a Lightning team that scored 7 times in a big win last night in Columbus. And Ozzy, I guess the Wings are just much like the Lions, trying to keep touchdowns off the board.
Yeah, well, to me, the Tampa Bay Lightning with Steve Yzerman has built their team kind of like the Red Wings were when I played. Deep, 4 lines that can all score. 3rd best team on the power play. 36 goals, a 5-on-5. Very good team, not only in special teams, but 5-on-5. So the Red Wings are going to be tested tonight for sure.
And this is what you have to avoid, a fast start by the offense. They got it going early on last night against the CBJs. They scored 4 in the first, displaying all the attributes of a good offense. Power play kicking in, 2nd best in the league. 2 out of 3 on the power play. They just didn't stop. They put up 7, and they did it, as Ozzy was talking about, with balance. 15 players registered at least 1 point. That's everybody chipping in.
And in the course of their 5-game winning streak, the Lightning have outscored their opposition 27-12. Their power play 3rd best in the game. They're scoring almost 4 goals per game, and you see the 12 tallies in their last 2, having won at Calgary and at Columbus, and they're here to take on the Red Wings tonight. Well, the Wings come in 2nd or 3rd in the Eastern Conference in stinginess. Obviously, they've been helped by a stellar beginning for Jimmy Howard. They're only allowing 2.2 goals per game, and the guys in front of Jimmy will share some degree of the credit for that. The veteran Nicholas Kronwall will visit with us on the ice next as Red Wings Live continues on a Sunday afternoon. He'll talk of the challenge of trying to keep the Lightning in a bottle. That's in a moment as we continue from the Joe in just a scope. Red Wings Live on Fox Sports Detroit, brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Visit buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places. And by Flagstar Bank, a proud and official partner of the Detroit Red Wings. We continue on a Sunday afternoon downtown. We mentioned that the Wings get Kyle Quincy back from his gimpy ankle. That will knock Brian Lashoff into his street clothes, and he will watch tonight's game between Detroit and Tampa. The defensive stalwart who will see plenty of Stamkos and Filppula and Callahan is the veteran Nicholas Kronwall. He just spent a few moments with Trevor Thompson downstairs on the ice.
Not only those 3, John, but as a whole, the Lightning offense is averaging over 5 goals a game over the last 5 games. Nick, what is the key to shutting them down here tonight?
We'll try to slow them down when they have the puck and get the pace up when we have it.
Your defense was very active on Friday night, especially on the power play. Is that the game plan here again tonight, to be well engaged offensively from the back end?
Anytime we can, we'd like to be as active as possible. It all depends on how the plays develop. If our forwards can do a good job holding on to the puck, there'll be some openings.
We did see that power play come to life. What are the keys to maintaining what you guys built on Friday night?
Get the puck to the net, have that attack mentality. That's something we've got to keep working on.
Good luck tonight, and thanks for this, Nick.
Thank you.
There goes a very businesslike Nick Kronwall, who leads all Red Wing defensemen with 7 points on the season. John, looking to add to it here against the Lightning tonight. Back to you, pal.
All right, Trev, thanks. Yeah, simple game. Get the puck to the net. He had a goal and an assist in the Wings win on Friday night against the Devils. And it's crucial for the Wings not just to get secondary scoring, but scoring from the second line of defense. And it's our Miller Lite breakdown.
Yeah, they call it the fourth wave. You have to now support the rush as defensemen. You know, they talk about gap control when you're backing up defensively. Well, now they talk about your offensive gap. You have to be close to the forwards and make things happen. And I thought the Red Wings did a great job. Last game, yeah, they got the results finally. Kindle with the goal. They got 3 goals in all. First time that 3 different defensemen had scored in 3 years. But the difference to me is they had 11 shots of the 31 coming from the blue line, so they were all looking to aid the attack.
Yeah, and the key for me is all these guys have been playing very, very good defensively first this season. So, yeah, their numbers aren't maybe where they would be if they're taking more chances. But now they're jumping in at the right time. Brendan Smith's doing a fabulous job this year. I'm figuring out when to get up in the play and when not to. Last year, he was indecisive sometimes. This time, he's right more times than not. Jakob Kindl has been very good. DeKeyser's solid defensively. You're seeing him jump in more and more as the season goes along here. Cromwell's always going to be great, and Eriksson has been there before. So these guys are really rounding into a nice 6-man unit.
Big night for Jakob Kindl. He needed a night like he had against the Devils with a couple of goals.
Confidence. It goes a long way. It's funny, pros lose it. They don't realize that they would. But they do, and when they get it back, man, you want to ride the wave, and right now you hope Jakob Kindl does just that.
All right, well, Monday could pick right up for you if Sunday includes within it a Detroit Red Wings hat trick. In such a case, you could bring a copy of the scoring summary to Wendy Arby's tomorrow for a free small order of curly fronts. You can tell a lot about someone by knowing what entertains them and what doesn't. There are television options for all of us. Some would be somewhat surprising options. The Wings reveal, when pressed, what they watch they're not exactly proud of when we continue on this late Sunday afternoon. Red Wings Live on Fox Sports Detroit, brought to you by ZotAuto.com, home of Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, Ford, Toyota, and Scion. And by your Detroit area Honda dealers. Visit DetroitAreaHondaDealers.com today. So you're watching television and you stop on a channel and then you look over your shoulder to see if anyone is watching you watch what you're watching. Some people would consider watching Red Wings Live to be a little bit dirty, and that's completely understandable. So we asked some of the Red Wings, what is your guilty TV viewing pleasure?
I really like Dexter when that came. House of Cards too. I finished this summer. That's a good show.
Since I got to US, I started more watch TV shows actually than the movies. So when it's 2.5 Men or Big Bang Theory, How I Met Your Mother, I just can't get out from the TV.
Well, I watch a lot of History and Discovery Channel. I don't know, like Pawn Stars.
Yeah, that
I don't know
stuff.
I'm not ashamed of it. I like that. I like Storage Wars and all that too. So
I don't watch as much TV, but my girlfriend watches TV, and
Everybody blames the girlfriend.
I have to hear. And obviously, I get to watch my shows with the Game of Thrones, and which I like a lot. And we just we started a few other ones, but the one is that what is it? Paradise Island. It's so bad.
well, let's put it this way: my girlfriend loves all the housewives and the Kardashians.
Which
and all
means that you love all the
Which
housewives
means
and the Kardashians.
I'm sitting there and I'm stuck watching it. Yes.
They're all blaming it on the wives and girlfriends.
But they are. That's true.
This is all me. Vanderpump Rules.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know why.
All right, yeah. The girls control the remotes, right? As much as they don't want to admit that they control the remotes, they control the remotes at home. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, because it has to be true because the Housewives of some area is always on in my house, and I'm not tuning into that. Honestly, really.
Come on. Come on. Ozzy?
Are you asking me what my favorite guilty pleasures are?
Yes.
All retro channel, 80s junkie that I am, growing pains. Who's the Boss, and a little bit of Golden Girls nestled in there every now and then as well. Now, and I would never admit that to my wife, but late at night when I'm sitting by myself, the Golden Girls may be the best.
I cannot wait to take that little nugget of information into the Red Wings dressing room and tell the highly regarded former netminder, Chris Osgood, loves the Golden Girls.
Blanche is great.
Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, Real Housewives of Ferndale. That's that's right up there. Emerging star in this league. Tyler Johnson with a solid follow-up early sophomore year for the Lightning, and we didn't see this career coming, nor did most hockey front offices. That story next as Red Wings Live takes you up to puck drop here at Joe Louis Arena. The Lightning with that big win in Columbus last night have outscored their opposition by 12 in their 5-game winning streak. Our look around the league brought to you by Xfinity shows them second best overall in goal differential right now. Pittsburgh is an impossible +27. The Bolts are +17. Then Anaheim at 10 goals for the good. The Wings are 12 with a +6. Stunningly, Montreal is tied with Tampa Bay for the division lead, and yet the Habs are a -9 in goal differential for the season. One of them went to Michigan. One of them went to Michigan State. So you know that college football Saturdays have a little bit of tension in the Red Wings dressing room. But in a few weeks, you'll have to understand, at least for the purposes of our premise here, that Justin Abdelkader and Luke Glendening might be a little bit distracted because on that night, on December 19th, their alma maters, their other alma maters, for Abby, Muskegon Mona Shores, for Glendening, East Grand Rapids High School, will be meeting in a hockey rink. And it turns out it'll have to go some to beat Glendening's past most memorable moment of going up against Mona Shores.
I remember probably one of the biggest hits I ever took was from Abby in high school, so still to this day I remember that hit.
Take me through it. What happened?
I tried to reverse hit him, and I was, I thought I was a pretty tough kid, and I was laying on my back. I think I needed help off the ice.
You mentioned that in high school. I don't recall that.
Because you hit so many people so hard for so long.
I guess it was just another. No, it was. Yeah, I didn't recall that one, but I think it was his freshman year. He was saying, and I think it was my sophomore year, possibly sophomore junior year. But yeah, when I was bringing out the inner football on me, I think I was, as I played quarterback when I was in high school, I think I got hit so much that when I went out during hockey season, I just wanted to hit people so bad that it felt good to not be the one that was targeted every game. So.
Has that been relived at all through your Michigan days or here in this particular dressing room?
I haven't been hit like that in a long time, but, we didn't play each other in college, but it's fun to be here. There's a lot of jokes going around about Michigan State, and I'm sure it'll happen for East Grand Rapids, Mona Shores as well.
All my life that I played with that went to East Grand Rapids, so there was always a big rivalry, and they always had a good team, and it was always fun playing against those guys, and they were always competitive games. So, yeah, I would say there was a big rivalry.
Abby's Mona Shores Sailors won in football last night, so they move on. And there you get a look at Luke Glendening's high school jersey when he was little Luke Glendening. He was a football star for the Pioneers back in the day. He wore number 20 for the Pioneers back then, 41 for the Red Wings now, and he's on the same team with Justin Abdelkader tonight. At the NHL draft, the general managers all wear those worried looks like either their shoes are too tight or their daughter might be dating John Mayer. Tyler Johnson is proof that some guys slip through the draft and find their way to the top of the hockey heap. Trev's back with more on the Lightning's leading scorer coming into Detroit. T.
That's right, John. It's not Filppula, it's not Stamkos, it's not Callahan. It's an undrafted second-year player from Spokane, Washington by the name of Tyler Johnson, a kid who scored 6 points rather, in 14 games last year and now leads the team with 17 points in 14 games so far this year. Earlier today, we talked about picking up where he left off as far as his offensive output goes at the NHL level.
You know, it's just playing with good players. I've had good coaching throughout my career, and I've been playing with good guys that have really helped me out. And you know, that goes as far as leadership on the team, helping you try to adjust to the game, and also with your line mates. You know, I've been pretty fortunate with everything.
It's obviously one thing to do it your first year in, maybe take a few guys by surprise, but once you do it, people are aware of you. How have you been able to maintain here in your second year?
Not really focusing on it, just playing my game, trying to work as hard as possible, try to help the team out as much as possible. And you know, I've been pretty fortunate with a couple bounces here and there, and then obviously playing with some really good guys. We found some good chemistry this past couple weeks here, so if we can just continue that, we're going to be all right.
Now on the score sheet, Johnson is generously, and I say generously, listed at 5'9" tall. But as they say, you cannot measure heart. This kid has a ton of it. It'll be on display here tonight as the Lightning take on the Red Wings. John, back up to you for now.
All right, Trev, thanks. He's got postgame, hopefully, after a Red Wings win over the Lightning, who come in 10-3-1. And Steve Yzerman, obviously, as all Red Wing fans know, running the show down in Tampa Bay, a guy who learned at the right hand of Ken Holland and Jim Nill, and he has rather quickly rebuilt the Lightning into something special, helped, in fact, by the trade that sent one of their icons, Marty St. Louis, packing last season.
Yeah, Marty St. Louis requested a trade, and it's always difficult to trade a guy that requests a trade. Not a lot of people, everybody knows he's available, but Steve Yzerman did a great job in getting Callahan, who was the heart and soul of the New York Rangers, coming to Tampa Bay Lightning almost at the perfect time, because they have a lot of good young players that were coming up from the AHL that did win the Calder Cup previously to Grand Rapids, and then played Grand Rapids in the final. So it's kind of like everything happens for a reason, and to get Callahan at that time was huge. He's the type of guy that will teach them how to play and how to act as a pro on and off the ice.
Well, and it's a little bit of everything in terms of building this team. You saw that you have a guy like Tyler Johnson, who's a free agent. Same thing with T.J. Brown, so you have a little bit of that. You have some trades that Ozzie mentioned. Then you have some top-end first overall picks because you finished so poorly for so many years. You have a Steven Stamkos, you have a Drouin. So you have all kinds of pieces all knitted together. Pretty nice chemistry in terms of what they've been able to build. Steve Yzerman's been able to do this, and it's been on a bunch of different fronts.
And you're building around 6'7" Ben Bishop, the guy in goal who really sort of developed. Yeah, he was a guy who sort of knocked around a little bit from Ottawa to St. Louis to Ottawa, and then on his way to Tampa Bay.
It's difficult to find goalies that are capable of being #1 goalies in this league, and Steve Yzerman traded for Lindback, who played in Nashville, was a backup to Renner. He just didn't pan out, didn't turn out to be as good as they thought he was, and then they ended up with the goalie they have now. He's huge, very, very good goalie. And he's the type of guy that can steal a game. Tall, remember the shootout in Tampa Bay, he barely moved and stopped everything. So he's a guy, the Red Wings, how do you get in front of his eyes? They're going to have to figure out a way to get in front of him, cause some traffic, get him moving side to side.
And he picked up a shutout against the Wings here at the show last December. Plenty of options for your pick. Meanwhile, for the McDonald's player of tonight's game, the process presented by the new Fresh Baked McCafe Blueberry Muffin. Watch Red Wings Live postgame to see which of the Wings has been singled out. In a moment, oh, Captain, my captain. And their captain. Two superstars on the ice here at the Joe tonight. We'll talk of the wondrous talents of Zetterberg and Stamkos, who lead in a variety of ways. Wings and Bolts at the top of the hour on a Sunday on Fox Sports Detroit Plus. We watch to see the star shine, and there are two of the best who will battle tonight. Captains each. The Wings' Henrik Zetterberg leading his team in scoring with 16 points, 12 of those assists. Steven Stamkos has 8 goals and 6 helpers. He's actually second to Tyler Johnson among the Bolts in points accrued. Tampa Bay played and won last night in Columbus, so the Wings try to take advantage of the fact that the Lightning might be a little rubber-legged as they come into Joe Louis Arena, but they're helped by having a true goal scorer. Steven Stamkos has been around now in his 7th season. He's only 24, but this kid is the real deal.
Yeah, you talk about Ovechkin being a great goal scorer, but Stamkos, probably one of the best people in the world at putting the puck in the net. This guy's very pedestrian so far for his liking, with only 8 goals in 14 games. This kid can get hot. He's capable of scoring 50-plus goals a year. And why? Well, his shot release. It's hard to read where it's coming off his stick, and he's so quick and in tight. Great hands. long reach. He has everything in the makings for a goal scorer, and he's just that.
He's really reinvented himself, because really he scored a bunch of power play goals with the one-time shot, but now he will score in a multitude of different ways.
We mentioned that the Wings will play tonight without Pavel Datsyuk. Without him in the last 10 games, they are 7-2-1. Obviously, Henrik Zetterberg will do more heavy lifting.
He leads the team in scoring. He leads the forwards in time on ice and plus-minus. Not surprising. He plays almost 20 minutes a game. He's a +4. The interesting thing to me, no power play goals yet by Z, so there's room for improvement still.
All right, should be fun tonight. We hope to have visits with Steve Yzerman, the Lightning's GM, and the man who succeeded him as captain here, Nick Lidstrom. Ken and Mick, Wings and Lightning, coming up next.